Hello there, welcome to today's video. Today's video is kind of basically me going to be breaking down the 4 quadrants that you will fall into. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to be one of these 4 people. And if you fall into this category, essentially I'm going to give you the blueprint on how to get into the category that you desire. So stay tuned, follow along, and let's make some gains. What's good? What's good, people? Hopefully you can see me good. So I'm going to break down a little bit of a video, and essentially the crux of this video is that you're going to be one of these 4 people, right? And this is called we'll call it the Gainline matrix. So this matrix is made up of 4 quadrants. Now, I don't know if someone has already created something like this. I've actually stolen this idea from a video I've seen talking about Andrew Tate's Hustlers University, and essentially the 4 quadrants were made up of people with lots of time but no money, lots of money and lots of time, no money, no time, and all these things. That was what this has been inspired by, and I thought that this could be transferred into fitness too. And what I've got here is 4 different quadrants. So the 4 quadrants are made up of low muscle, low fat, low muscle, high fat, high muscle, low fat, and high muscle, high fat. So you are going to fall into one of those 4 categories. Now, to the degree in which varies, it will vary drastically. So there's a couple of different things. So if we look at the low muscle, low fat, you could be someone who is anorexic to someone who's just skinny. If we look at the low muscle, high fat, you could be someone that's either a little bit chubby or just straight up, obese, or the size of a house, whatever. You could be someone with high muscle and low fat. That could be someone that's just in shape, to a professional bodybuilder. And then if you're high muscle, high fat, you could be someone that's just a little bit thick, quite like myself. I feel like I've fallen in that category. To someone like Eddie Hall, right, in his prime, when he was obviously jacked to his tits, but he was also fat as fuck. So you will find yourself in one of those 4 categories. And each person in one of those categories will have to do something slightly different than the other, and I'm going to go through what those things are and what you will have to do if you find yourself in one of those categories. I may break this into 4 different videos depending on how much I ramble, but first of all, is the low muscle, low fat. Next one's going to be low muscle, high fat. 3rd series is going to be high muscle, low fat, and then 4th series is going to be the 4th one is going to be high muscle, high fat. So number 1 is low muscle and low fat. What do you need to do if you find yourself in that camp? So there's a couple of different things, but number 1, if you find yourself in this category, chances are you're not even training. So train. And again, the degree in which will vary vastly from person to person. However, what your main focuses should be is the following. You should be training weightlifting or lifting weights, 2 to 3 times per week. You should be focusing on compound movements. You should be focusing on simple, progressive overload. And the 3rd thing is that you don't even need to worry about training to failure yet. I think with someone who is low muscle, low fat, generally tends to be detrained or undertrained, so any form of lifting or anything like that, you're going to gain some form of adaptation from doing that. So staying away from failure. Now this can run for, it totally depends. Some people can be very, very adapt to training really, really quickly. So it could be like something like 3 months. For some people it could be longer. That's from a training perspective. From a eating perspective, what you should focus on and doing is putting yourself in a surplus. Now, I made a video previously, shameless plug, on wherever you're at on the scale, how to figure out your maintenance calories and how to figure out where you should go from there. So if you check out that previous video, you'll be able to kind of lock that in. But you should be focusing on eating a caloric surplus, and 1+ pounds of body weight per gram of protein. So if you're someone that's low muscle and low body fat, chances are you're really, really light. So say you're like, I don't know, 120 pounds if you're a guy, you're quite light. you'd be looking at getting at least a minimum of 120 grams of protein per day. I would even like you to shoot a little bit higher than that. This sequence now is designed to be very, very basic, and it's designed to be very, very simple, but I would run this protocol for at least 3 months before making any kind of changes. How your training will look more specifically as well, again, I've done a video on training, and I've done a video on how your training should look specifically, so if you check that one out as well, again, that's a pretty concrete way to kind of approach your training. There's other ways as well. Obviously you can hire a coach. It doesn't have to be me, it can just be someone who knows what they're doing. It can be looking at the training videos that I've posted beforehand and kind of comprising your own training. I've got an online based training plan which is 15 quid, and it's essentially the progressions that I talk about in my videos and the progressions that I do with kind of one-to-one clients. It's just kind of formed into an online package where you can just go at it yourself, or you can work with people one-to-one. But that's what the basic protocol would be when it comes to someone who is low muscle and low fat. So if you like these videos, comment down below what you took away from it, and comment down below as well what you want to see more of. If you comment below, you're in with a chance to win a free Creative Monster. The more comments you get, or the more you comment, the more you're going to be within a chance of winning. I'm going to be running this every single month, so and the prizes will hopefully get better as well. If you enjoyed that, there's 4 other ways that you can keep in touch with me. Number 1 is follow me on Instagram. Number 2 is join the hundreds and hundreds of thousands, there's not that many, join the many people that are a member of the Gainline group strength training plan. Again, link is down below for that. 3 is join me and my one-to-one clients online, where I get to coach you on a one-to-one basis. 4 is check out the podcast that I've got with 2 other fantastic coaches where we continue to drop knowledge bombs. Our goal is to help you. So yeah, if you like that, stay tuned for more. Peace.